There we go. Okay, gentlemen. So, defeated Graxus last session, rather remarkably. Well done on that. Fought a rug and a mimic, and some swords in there as well. So
And
pick it
many
up,
skeletons.
and some skeletons wielding swords. That's what I was trying to say. You also discovered back in the false tomb there was a lever, and when you pulled the lever, it made a loud grinding noise. Um, so, gentlemen, what would you like to do?
Um, well, let's have a look at the health, everyone. So we
Unfortunately,
have
I have not been at the front of these last few excursions. I'm actually relatively unscathed.
okay, all right. Let's just have a look here. What healing options do we have at the moment? Um,
I like to keep mine reserved for dangerous situations. I can provide a small amount of healing if necessary, but more for specific scenarios. I tend to save it for individuals who are on the cusp of death or have been poisoned.
yeah, no, I understand. Understand. Let's see. I'm just having a look. Just out of a session, I'm opening my character sheet in Roll20, and I'm just getting all tens and all the stats. It's as if it's maybe been cleared. It says level 1 as well. Is that a mistake on
Remember
my
we
end? Or?
do our character sheets from D&D Beyond.
Oh, there we go. Hey, I'm so sorry. Head over to D&D Beyond.
Just in terms of healing, I'm just looking at Ulysses' sheet, and he's got just a 1 second level spell slot left. So he could do some healing in principle.
Okay.
I
Let's have
believe
a
Odin
look.
Oz is the most damaged of us.
Yeah, he is not looking too healthy. Let's see. Second wind. I do not appear to have used my second wind so far. So I'm going to use that now.
Necessarily on yourself, of course.
Yeah, no, that's 11, but that's okay. Well, I'm actually pretty much good to go. So we can just keep. I suppose we keep maybe keep Odin as in the rear.
Indeed, he has gone forward enough times. It is my turn to take the stage, to be the first to the door and the first to danger.
Let's see. Have we? Well, before we head out, have we already had a good thorough search of this room? Does look quite interesting.
I am not the best at finding interesting artifacts unless they are obvious and apparently trapped. So perhaps you should take the look.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a look around here.
Roll with investigation or perception. It's up to you.
All right. Oh, come on. Here we go. Oh dear. No. I had a
Yeah.
look around. Nothing. Nothing of interest.
From what the skeletons put themselves together with breastplate, shield, and short swords, not a lot around, and they're functional. They're a bit rusty and not the best of shape, but they are
Yeah.
usable.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. So how do you want to go about this, Red Maw? Let's, you want to take the lead, or perhaps that I should take the lead and just keep an eye out for any sort of devious traps, and then you can take the points if danger appears?
That may be best. I can open the door and I can take whatever it throws at me, but perhaps it would be smarter to avoid it in the first place.
Okay. All right.
I will be right behind you, though. The moment you see something dangerous and you don't think you can handle it, move behind me.
Okay. All right. Then we shall do so. I'm gonna just have a look at the door first
Mhm.
and to see if it's locked or if it's trapped.
It's unlocked, and in your opinion, not trapped.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna open the door up.
Creaks silently slides open, revealing more of the maze, it seems.
Okay. I'm gonna use a bit of stealth here, if possible. Oh dear. And
I,
move up a bit.
I will keep
Far
5
heading
to
down.
10 feet behind him, just in case Leilon requires assistance, but I do not wish to step on his toes, proverbially and literally.
Okay.
Much appreciated.
Leon, you're... How are you seeing? So I can't remember if we gave you a light or not.
I have a torch.
Yeah, stealthing's going to be very hard when wandering around in the dark with a torch.
Well, I mean, at least sound-wise.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I'm not going to be. Yeah, it's not
Quiet
as
feet.
stealthy.
Okay, got it.
Quiet feet.
Question for DM.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still have Ulysses' light spell on my blade?
Let's have a look. Oops. You do. So you're both actually carrying lights.
Then I will ensure that there is always a light at your back, at least.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm around the corner.
All right, as always, I will follow 5 to 10 feet behind.
Just make our way.
Make him away. Sounds like people who get the reference. Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, this is interesting. A T section. I'm gonna carefully poke my head out and just have a look up and down
Okay.
before I step out. Okay. Um. Let's see. North. I say we go left first because
Agreed.
I think.
And though it may not help as we pass through these hallways, I will try to place my hand on the walls and look for false doors or switches.
I'll tell you what, as you're wandering around, just make me an investigation roll now, and if you discover something along the way with a suitably high investigation roll, I'll let you know. So just make an investigation roll as you're, clawing your way along with your hands. Okay, 12.
I rolled a 12.
Yeah, if something comes up, I will let you know.
This is well, Leilon stops in the corner and he whispers back. It seems to be a dead end. How about I go and investigate? Because there are often traps also in these dead ends, but often perhaps it might lead somewhere.
You have
If
my
you
full support.
wait in the corner. I'm going to keep investigation check just to specifically look for false walls in this area.
Same deal with you, Leo One. Leo One. Am I saying it right yet?
Leolan, like a LAN party. Leolan.
I've changed the spelling. If you look at it, it's I guess the spelling before is actually very much just for sort of for let's say it had a very Dutch pronunciation, which I think isn't fair for you guys. So I've changed it to a more sort of Anglo-Saxon Leolon. If the spelling, if you can
Leoland.
see that, so
Yeah.
that might be a bit easier on the tongue. Yeah.
I have a few Dutch coworkers, so I can pronounce it a little more easily.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
tricky one.
Leoland. Leoland. Got it. Okay. And Joshua, are you with us?
I'm here. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm also on the road, but I can hear you and see some of y'all guys now.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Odin Oz, you are weak and wounded. Stay in the back.
Poppycock. About that. I vow to no one. If I die, then it is a true warrior's death.
I would have assumed you'd rather die fighting a god than in a hole.
Oh, God, it doesn't matter not. The honor is what truly lies deep within inside me. We shall carry on.
I will fill up the space as much as I can as I follow behind Leolon in the hopes that Odinaz will not push past me.
Okay. So using that investigation Leolon, you go towards the end, you tap around, you listen. Just appears to be a plain old dead end.
All right. Well, he shrugs his shoulders and just quietly turns around and heads back. And let's see, where's everyone? There we go. Just with his head, gives a motion of that there's nothing in that direction, and we're going down south now. Just have a quick look up here.
Okay, Kyra and the rest of the team follow behind. Just moving you around, Ulysses and Odinoz.
And we have a door here, which I am going to investigate. Do you want a separate roll for that?
No, we'll just keep the same one.
Okay.
It is, in your opinion, unlocked and not trapped.
All right. Well, then open it we shall.
Okay.
Roll behind me if there's anything beyond the door that looks hungry.
Nothing
Will do.
that
Will do.
looks hungry, but this rectangular room has a high ceiling, sculpted walls, and a flagstone floor. A mangled skeleton lies near the entryway. The walls are embellished with rows of screaming stone faces. The far end of the room features a pair of heavy bronze double doors, and two skeletons are sprawled in front of the doors. Their bones are partially crushed, their armor is mangled.
So they look like they were flattened, not burned.
If you'd like to get closer and have a look, feel free.
Redmaw
The
will grab
skeletons-
Leolon and pull him back into the hallway.
All right.
I am not the smartest dragon in the horde, but I know that this looks like a trap.
Hmm. Yeah. Let's see. We want to get through somehow. If do we do it? Can I do a perception check to see if I see anything, any stones which seem to, or any devices which might seem to trip a trap?
Oh, make a perception check as you give the room a visual scan. Nothing. I mean, it's off-putting with all these mangled skeletons, but you don't see any tripwires, any pressure plates, nothing like that. No pitfalls.
Odinoz.
Okay.
I highly suspect something will start moving when we get in there. I suggest that you and I grab opposite ends of whatever starts trying to crush us, while we let the rest of the group attempt to find a way through.
Mm.
The question remains who goes first. We should try to go in at the same time, more or less. But anyone who is particularly good at disarming traps should be the first in, so they have the most time to work.
I suppose that would be me. Leon slowly steps in. Um,
Nothing happens.
how high up is this ceiling?
20 feet.
Okay, and what does he see any markings or of let's say dried blood or something like that on the ceiling?
I
Not
will
on the
also
ceiling,
walk in
but
after it.
On the floor.
okay. Cool. Please.
Roll for initiative.
Heck.
So I'm gonna have to roll in
14.
absent NPC. So get Ulysses in. And once we get this all organized, I'll explain exactly what's happening and why we are rolling initiative. It's for Ulysses. Oops, Ulysses. Work manual. Okay. Ulysses gets an 8. Oh, and I misrolled Odin. I was getting a bit late. Okay. So just tricky balancing all these characters. So Odinaz gets a 15. And Kyra. Okay, so what happens? Leyland, you kind of went in and had a look around and nothing actually happened. Everything looks pretty normal. But then the door behind you shuts and so sorry, portcullis. This is a portcullis. A portcullis. There was a door there now, and now there's a portcullis. So if people can see in the room, I'll just make it like that. But this is a portcullis that is now closed. You hear some metal grinding upon metal. And you hear Redmore and Leyland, something screaming here behind you as if some metal contraption is coming from over here. Whoops. Kyra says, is everything okay there, guys? You're going to need all the help you can get. I'm going to sing. I'm going to not do that. I am going to get up to no good. Redmore, why don't you roll me a D100, please?
That would be a 69.
All right. 69. Readmore and Leolon, let's play a game of rollies between you two. So both of you roll me a d20, and whoever gets the highest, I'll say, will have this thing happen to them. So Leolon, 10. And Redmore, d20.
Redmore D20. Natural 1.
Natural 1. So, Kari says, "Oh no, this is bad. I don't like lounging, grinding stones. You guys need to be the bigger people and sort this out." And she casts Enlarge on Leyland. Oops. So Leyland, boomf. You increase in size. I hope that's okay, Leyland. You look a little skinny. Do something cool. Leyland. You hear this metal grinding upon metal just to the south of you. What do you do? You're probably going to unmute yourself first. That was probably a good move as well.
Can I? Because you said it was a portcullis happening. Was that at the door here where the
Yeah.
portcullis, or?
So that
Okay,
was
so
a
the door's
door.
closing behind me.
Now it's a portcullis, and it's closed.
All right. Well, I'm going to try and see if I can. Yeah, move in a bit, and with my size now, just keep the portcullis open.
It's closed. It's
Or-
fully closed
push
down.
it.
You can try and
Oh
open.
well, try and push it open. Try and pull it up.
Sure. Make an athletics check, please. You get to add a d4 because you're enlarged. Or is it advantage? I'm not sure.
All right, that's 14.
Actually, I'm just going to check the enlarge spell because it might be at advantage. So we'll just check.
It's advantage.
It's advantage. Okay, yeah. So ignore the d4 and roll athletics again. Yeah, you get the whole portcullis. Try and swing it open, and it doesn't swing open, and it'll take your action to do it, Leolin.
Yeah.
Okay.
If only.
Now, some spikes start appearing from the southern wall, and they're starting to move into the chamber. If you don't do something quick, you're going to get squished. David, I'm not sure if you can hear us. I'm not sure if you're able to communicate, but what would you like to do? Oh, not quite here.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep, that's right.
I just had to park my bike for a second.
No problem.
So I'm inside this room. The spikes are approaching.
No, you're not in the room. You're on the opposite side. The portcullis dropped down. Redmore and Leyland are on one side, and everybody else is on in the passageway outside of this trap, it seems.
Okay.
I'll send you a picture in Discord, David. You could probably see it that way, just to see the situation. Since I imagine you're on your phone, sounds like you're on your phone. Do you see?
I see, and I'm thinking, and I have no idea what to do. That's basically the issue. I will try to check around the portcullis to see if I can find any ways to open it. Any hidden mechanisms or just a lever or whatever.
Okay, so I will go to your character sheet and make an investigation check for you.
In that case, I have advantage because I'm paladin elf.
Okay, so we'll roll this at advantage. You roll a 21 at advantage. You go up to the portcullis, look for like a button or a lever or something to move it. You look around frantically and you don't find anything as you continue to hear the sound of metal grinding upon metal.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, Redmore.
All right. Redmaw will look around.
Mhm.
Do the spikes look like they're close enough to the wall that I could try to push against it?
In the words of the great sage Aaliyah,
You can certainly try.
do you want to get physically, like, put your claws, I guess, between the spikes and physically try and restrain them?
Yes.
Yep, there
Slow
is.
it down so Leolon can have time to figure out the mechanism.
Okay,
And
make
he'll
a...
shout back to Leolon is like, save the feats of strength for me. Use your head.
Okay, make an athletics check.
22.
22, you put your strong dragonborn hands against it and pushing, but it's hopeless. Your claws just scrape along the bottom of it. You know, your foot claws scrape along the bottom. No good. As it continues to get closer and closer.
All right. Is there anything else I can do? Is that my one action?
No, that's your action for sure.
Okay. Well, then I have nothing else except to continue to yell. Is like, if someone can figure something out, that would be appreciated.
Okay. Odenaz, I think you're with us now.
I am at full power.
Excellent. So you're on the non-trap side of the door. What do you do?
I see that. I'm going to run and do Odin's things and try to. It says, is that like you said, it was a portcullis, or is that so I could see through?
Yep, Ulysses is standing right in front of the portcullis, so you can't go into the room because there's a portcullis there.
All right. So if I go, can I get up to the portcullis and at least try to open it?
Yeah, I mean,
Just
You can certainly try.
so Odin's is just going to rush and try to just manhandle this portcullis right here.
okay, athletics check.
Athletics check. Let me go ahead. I'm just going to roll a d20 for speed because I'm still pulling my D&D Beyond. What was that? 16 plus. I am proficient in it. That may.
You get a +6 to that.
So that is a 22.
22. What's the... Yeah, you put your back into it using all your Leolin muscles and push, budges just a little bit, but you can't hold it and it slams down again.
Drats. And then I will back up a little bit so I'm not ending my turn in by square.
Ooh. Kyra. I was saying, you guys look like you're gonna get crushed. I don't want you to get crushed, so I'm gonna sing the song of rejuvenation. Which, in case you don't know, if you go down, you have a chance of coming back with 1 hit point. Which could be useful. Leolin.
Yeah. Could I use my investigation to see if I could perhaps block the edges of the approach of this wall or slow it down with some of the items lying around here, the crushed items?
Sure, but there's lots of crushed and mangled skeletons here. You could definitely try that and try and jam those in there.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to try that.
Thinking what sort of roll? This is definitely not a strength roll.
Sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand, yeah, that works, yep.
All right.
Yeah, you put a couple of skulls in there and some femurs and stuff, and they just explode into 1,000 pieces. Not good enough to stop it, unfortunately.
All right.
Okay.
That's my turn.
The spikes that works a little bit deceiving. Think of these long, thin needle type things. And Leolin and Redmore, while you're standing there trying to work stuff out, you take a little bit of damage. Oh, what a terrible roll. 5 points of piercing damage. That's 3d6, by the way, so 5. I rolled a 2, a 2, and a 1. Okay, Ulysses. Imagine David will be far away.
Yeah, well, still not like. Ulysses will. He will continue searching for any way to open the portcullis or stop this trap. He will just put his head between the bars and try to find anything inside of the trap room that could mechanically be used to an advantage to stop this, and not even use it directly, but maybe advise the guys inside.
Sure. I imagine Ulysses got a pretty skinny head, being a pretty skinny guy, so poke your head through. And I'll give you another investigation check, which is at advantage once again. You don't notice anything, but you continue to hear the scraping sound of metal upon metal. That's it.
Yeah, the scraping sound. Yeah, okay. Then I'm just gonna take a step back again and just let the strong guys hopefully do something.
Okay, Redmore.
All right. Attempting to use that metal scraping sound if it is loud enough for me to notice. I am going to look for any sort of mechanism or hidden switch, either something that would either disable the trap or turn it off as it is intended.
Okay. So trying to use the sound of the scraping noise to put it together. Actually, just make me a general intelligence check, Redmore. So just a d20 plus 1.
Oh, 18.
I'm going to pause for a moment. Redmore does work it out. I want to see if the players can work it out, though.
Well, it's before the switch that we had before, I think, when we switched it with the fake grave.
Hmm?
That someone pressed it and there was a loud mechanical sound down south, and this is about that area. So I think one of us has to run up and flip the switch.
Redmore, you are on. Well, that's certainly an idea. It's worth a try. So, Redmore, you shout this out.
I do.
Okay. Okay, so Redmore, you think maybe pulling the switch way up where the false tomb was might be a good idea. Odinaz, what would you like to do?
I would assuming that I would hear that.
I would be shouting it quite loudly.
Odonos will double back and will dash towards the false tomb.
Okay. So just to take a double movement, what's your movement? Is it 30 or 35?
That's 35, so it'd be 70.
Yep. So feel free to move 70 squares as you rush all the way back.
Okay. Oh. Let's see. I was here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
14 squares, right?
14 squares.
Yep.
11, 12, 14.
Okay, dashing back. Kyra pokes her head in and says, you guys are looking a little squishy. And she continues to sing the song of rejuvenation, hoping that maybe if you do go down, you'll stay up. Leolin, Jumbo Leolin, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll the needles which are coming towards us. I mean, I'm not very strong, but I am big, so I can have some strength. Could I bend them at least so that, let's say, Redmaw and I could have a sort of a narrow gap where we could stand without being pierced by the arrows,
You can.
by the spikes.
You can certainly try.
Athletics
All
at
right, would it be
advantage.
athletics?
Yeah, at advantage because of your jumbo size.
Okay, how do we do that in roll in D&D Beyond Advantage?
I think it's
By-
shift.
I just
Yeah,
roll
hold
twice?
down shift.
Shift.
Hold down shift and then
Okay,
click
I
on
got
the
it.
appropriate
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And I think it's control
Good
is
grief.
disadvantage 14.
Well,
Yeah, you
yeah.
try and pull it apart to get a space for you and Redmore, but it doesn't work, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm gonna ask what's her name to
Ira?
bring me back to regular size because I'm not the person you want to have enlarged. It doesn't really help. It probably makes me more of a target right now with all these spikes coming at me.
I'll certainly try. And she rubs her temples together. Small. And leave this up to chance. There you go, Leland. To be honest, I don't have a lot of control over it, but I hope that helps.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's my turn.
You get punctured by the things once again, taking 11 points of damage this time. Both Leyland and Redmore as the spikes continue to dig into you.
11.
11, yep, 1-1. Yep, 11.
Okay.
Ulysses, David?
I'm just standing here preparing Spare the Dying in case they need it.
Is Spare the Dying a touch spell? You probably don't know
that
if you're
is
on your book. I'll have a look.
I
No.
think it is.
If that's the case, then I'm just waiting for any healing that might be needed.
You do
Not
have a
much else.
second level. You do have a second level spell slot left.
Yeah, I'm not preparing that though.
Okay, so
So just waiting.
it's for Spare the Dying. Okay. So I'm just checking Spare the Dying.
It's a touch spell.
It is a touch.
There
spell.
is a subclass that you can do that can actually do a distance, but I don't
Okay,
think it'll be
touch.
his.
Okay, so Ulysses getting ready for Spare the Dying if someone goes down. Ooh, Redmore and Leyland, you're looking a little squishy there. Redmore, what do you do?
I will, since I cannot stop these spikes, I will rush to Leolon, and I will grab him and I will push him to the portcullis so that he is close to Ulysses, and I will shout, "Keep him alive!"
Leyland, you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
no
So move
problem.
over here next to Ulysses as Redmore shoves you to the side. Can I say that's your bonus action, Redmore? Will be nice. That's your bonus action.
All right, then I will create a lean-to with my own body. I will raise the shield of Vulcan, and I will press my sword forward, and I will attempt to push against the contraption. I know it will not stop it, but it will hopefully slow it down, even just a minuscule amount, to keep Leolin from getting skewered.
Okay, make me another athletics check.
16.
You get the shield of Vulcan up, preparing it, and I'll let you know how well that works.
All
Okay,
right, that's my turn.
so bracing. Odinoz, continuing your
Odinoz
mad
is-
dash.
Yep. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Would I remember which way is which?
Down this way. Whoops, I'm not pinging down. Yeah, down this corridor here.
8,
Yeah, there you go.
10, 12, 14.
Okay, still a little bit of distance to go. Kyra is going to try something. Odinoz, on your mad dash, why don't you roll me a D100 roll, please?
71.
71. Yeah, let's see if this works. Redmore. Whoop. You'll note 69 is quite close to 71, so Redmore, you are enlarged.
Oh,
So
excellent.
advantage on stuff. Okay. I hope that's help. I should have done that in the first place. Sorry, Leyland. Speaking of Leyland.
All right. So has it stopped now?
No.
All right.
Redmore's protecting you a little bit. You're still gonna, in your opinion, you're still gonna take some damage, but maybe not as much with the Shield of Vulcan and Redmore. The rather large Redmore in the way.
Man, what can we get? Yeah. I'm just going to try and, I suppose, see if I use my investigation to see if I can find some weak spot that maybe I can, yeah, do something. Find,
Say
find.
with your previous investigation rolls, you've exhausted the possibilities. In your opinion,
okay.
there's nothing around.
Can I use acrobatics to try and lessen the damage and try and use some sort of contortionist?
Oh, sure. Make an acrobatics check. And it is very difficult. The spikes are designed to skewer people of Leyland size, but you do manage to twist your body in just the right sort of way. So with that, actually I rolled that. So 8 points of damage to both of you.
I'm down.
I have. All right.
You do maybe make a Constitution save, Redmore. DC 13.
I rolled the 7.
Yep, you are down. Okay, Redmore is skewered, gone down. Ulysses. You see Redmore goes down. He's at arm's length to you. What would you like to do? You do have a second level Cure Wounds if you want to pop one of those.
I'm sorry, I was just a second.
Oh, you disconnected?
Yeah.
So
I had to switch from my phone to my laptop. I'm home.
Oh, great. So Ulysses, Redmore has just fallen to the spikes and Leyland doesn't look much better. Feel free to do what you like, but just in case you don't know, you do have a second level Cure Wounds. And you could reach out and touch Redmore if you want to do that.
I'm just gonna cast Spare the Dying for now. Because that was what I had prepared. So I think that one just goes off when he goes down.
Sure. So that's well, that technically happened before your turn, so your reaction was to spare the dying. So he's prone. Spikes are still coming at him though. And now it's your turn, because that would have been your reaction first. And now it's your actual turn, as opposed to a reaction turn, Ulysses.
Okay, so Redmore is dying but stable.
But spikes continue to stab him.
Yeah, but if I use my spell slot now, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Prepare Spare the Dying, and then next turn maybe heal one of them.
Okay.
I'm afraid I'm otherwise gonna be too soon with my last spell slot.
Redmore, the spikes drive into you. You have 2 death saving throws on you.
All right.
Odinoz.
2 death saving throws.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Gotta figure out where I roll that again.
No, you fail to. 2 are done. There's
sorry.
no roll. Because you're taking damage while you're down, you automatically take 2 death saving throws.
Two
So,
failures. Okay.
Yeah, 2 failures, so nothing to roll. It just happens. Odinaz, get those legs working.
I am working 2, 4, 6, 8, 10,
But
12.
because he took damage again, my spare the dying goes off again, right?
I guess so. Yes. Yeah, so ignore those 2 death saving throws. You are okay, Redmore, just for this instant anyway.
Is
That-
there any way can I know I dashed and used an action to maybe push beyond by it's like almost this full dead sprint or anything like that?
You're already in a full sprint.
Okay.
And just in case you don't know as a player, go north and you'll see a lever.
I can at least see this part, yeah, because I've been here. The other
Oh
part
yeah,
I couldn't
you
quite see
have
because
been
I was-
here. Cool. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you where Odinaz is and how close he is because you don't know. But Kyra says, "Oh no! Nobody's dying on my watch. I'm going to sing you the song of rejuvenation. You guys have got this. Stay up, stay up, stay up." Leyland.
All right. I am close to the gate. Can I maybe use or attempt to use my thieves' tools? Some of the tools I have in there to perhaps start cutting open small sections of the portcullis. Look for weak points and yeah, try and cut it open.
Sure. I mean,
You can certainly try.
let's make a thieves' tool check to see if you can do anything. The portcullis is. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll explain more once I see your roll.
Let's see. Now how do you let's see the thieves' tools?
So it's your make sleight of hand check, and plus you add your proficiency onto it. So just make a normal sleight of hand roll, and add on 2.
Oh well, I'm not done with that roll. Not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah. So that's a 9 with your proficiency in thieves' tools. Unfortunately, there's just nothing there. It's just a portcullis. If there was a lock, if there's a key, if there was something, that would be good.
Yeah. And then with a bonus action, I'll just try. Won't do much, but just for the effect, try and pull Redmore away closer to the wall, and try and pull him away from the spikes.
Away from Ulysses?
Oh, hang on. That's maybe not. Well, I mean, he's prone correct right now, so I'll just like underneath me, but then closer. Where he is now, he seems to be a bit further.
Ulysses,
Bring him up here.
Ulysses can reach out and touch him from there if necessary.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just leave him then. And
Okay. Spiky spikes. Oh, not a great roll, but good enough. 5 points of damage, Leyland. So it'll take Leyland down. And Redmore, 2 failed death saving throws. Oh, maybe Leyland. Make a Constitution saving throw DC 10 because the Song of Rejuvenation is active.
nope.
Okay, down you go. Okay, Ulysses. Both of them are now down. Redmore looks especially bad. What do you do?
Redma, second level, a healing word,
A healing word?
and
Okay.
Leyland, and the spare the dying.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Your bonus action for the healing word. Your actual action for the healing. Oh, that's smart, David. I like that. Okay, Redmore, 8 hit points. Leyland, you're just plain old not dying. Okay. That's smart. Okay, Redmore, you look around, there's a bloody mess on the floor, and it takes you a moment to realize that most of the bloody mess is actually yours. Your blood.
I will use half my movement to get up. Keep that defensive posture in front of Leolan, and I will lay on hands him for 5 hit points.
Ooh. Just might get out of this yet. Okay, so Redmore, that's your action. And I assume that's your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Odinoz.
All right, I'm going to keep on going. 10, 20, 30. I can see it. I'm going to go ahead and dash to it. Can I just interact with it
Yep.
and try to pull it?
Yeah. So I imagine you're just diving towards it and
Yep.
grab it and pull it down. The trap stops. The spikes with a loud screeching sound retreat back into the wall. And the portcullis raises.
Wow.
I think we
I'm
need
going
to
to
pray.
drag Redmore out into the corridor, and so we can kind of recover a bit.
Does this happen, DM?
Oh, well, Redmore, it's up to you. Do you want to be dragged back into the corridor?
I wouldn't resist, but I'm also twice my normal size.
It fades after a couple
Oh,
of
right,
seconds. And then,
Okay.
there we go, dragged over there. There we go. Where did Odinoz go?
Oh, I assume saved our lives. Oh gosh, God,
So
that
typical.
It was exactly as I expected, but that didn't make it any better.
Odinoz, do you return to the group?
Would I have been able to like hear that as I'm like, can I still hear like anything going on, or is it by the time I got completely away from there, it got silent?
You pull the handle, and you keep on pulling the handle, and after about there's scraping, grinding sounds for about 30 seconds, and then they stop.
Okay. Hearing that it will stop, I would probably return once I heard it stop.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna super speed.
Wait. So, well, what's the
I'm
plan,
assuming
guys?
it worked.
Yeah, so portcullis is up. Spikes have retreated back into the wall.
Would I be able to tell if this trap was permanently disabled, or would we have to go through that again if we re-entered it?
Sorry, just a sec. Would the track be re-triggered, or you'd have to go through the whole thing again? Make an investigation check. We'll see.
Sorry, you
Did
said
the door-
investigation?
oh,
I did.
11.
You not sure?
Shall I have a second look, a second opinion?
Sure.
Well, hang on. Investigation. I think we had a sharp pair of eyes with Ulysses. Maybe Ulysses should have a second look.
Let's see. I will roll that for you, David. Oh no,
I'm-
you're back.
I'm
What am I rolling? Sorry. Ignore that roll. That was my roll. So ignore that one.
Wow.
So sorry,
I'm-
David. Yeah. Roll your actual dice.
I'd rather not go in there. I'm just gonna have a peek around the corner. Like,
Well, actually, the whole trap has been reset. Well, what you see, if I can click on this thing properly. Just remember there was a... What? This door is closed. There's a door there. My light layer is being weird, so... Try to close it.
Okay. Now, when
Ah, there we go.
the reset was done, did the door on the opposite side open, or did that remain closed?
The heavy-set bronze doors remain closed.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay. So if we go in, we could have someone pressing the button to reset it, but we still wouldn't be able to go through these doors, I think.
Odin's members hit press lever, make sound. Perhaps, um, perhaps I'll stand by lever just in case I hear sound, and I pull lever again.
That's definitely a good plan. Yeah.
okay, then
Um,
since I'm the only one not on the verge of bleeding out, I can go in. I can do this.
Odinaz, you
Just
retreat to the switch.
Yep.
Okay. So you open the door and you see the room as it was before, and you stand inside and nothing happens.
this is very slowly moving forward.
This
Okay.
is either a one at a time room, or oh god, it hurts. Or you have to go a certain amount of distance before it triggers.
Would it be possible for me to have a look and see if I can jam it so that the portcullis doesn't drop? See if I can attempt something?
Sure.
Just don't take a step into the room.
No, I'm staying on the other side. That's for sure.
How exactly are you jamming the portcullis?
Well, I suppose using, I think, investigation perhaps, and then maybe with just some items I find, some bits of metal or whatnot. Perhaps I can find a good spot which would cause which would hopefully block it from dropping.
We'll say you grab some bits and pieces from the room where the skeletons animated. There's lots of rusty shields and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to call that a survival check. Give me a survival check.
Oh dear. That's not going to be one of my strengths. Who knows? Just go show.
So you jam up
16.
lots of shields, pikes, swords, that type of thing, and we'll see how well it goes. And the trap continues not to spring.
My theory might be correct then. Something is perhaps... Maybe it's weight-based, maybe on a certain amount of weight. Or it could be magical. Maybe there is a enchanted object tracking how many people are in the room.
All right. Ulysses, do you dare to go in and see what your elven eyes can find?
I'm already inside. But
Yeah.
just for me as a player,
Mhm.
when the first time we switched did you guys switch the switch before coming here?
We triggered it, yes.
They walked into the
Did-
room. They heard the grinding sound. They were getting trapped. Odinaz rushed back and flicked the lever, and that seemed to reset the trap.
Yeah, but we already saw the lever, and when we came there the first time, did we switch it or we just left it alone?
I pulled
Um,
for the first time.
Yeah, and we heard the sound like in the distance.
So
But
maybe we just activated it that way, and now it's deactivated.
No, Leolon went in on his own the first time, and the trap did not
Yeah.
trigger until I went in with him.
Okay, then maybe just one at a time, but maybe we just need to take an hour rest before doing anything at all, because I'm spent and you guys are still bleeding.
We're not in good shape. No,
I
that's
would
for
not
sure.
oppose a short rest.
Let's pick on Ulysses. David, roll me a d20, please.
Eight.
Whereabouts are you attempting to take a short rest?
Uh, shall we say the room with the skeletons,
I would say with Odinaz at the
Yeah.
switch.
or the room with the switch? Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with either. Ulysses, are you good with that?
Yeah, let's take the one with the switch, and I can take watch. It's
You're
fine.
magically transported there by the power of the DM.
Perfect. I like that.
You have
Okay.
Odinос with his ear to the wall over there, listening for sounds.
Okay. Well, Ulysses, you seem to be taking watch. I see your hit points. You're a pretty healthy guy. Yeah, make me a perception check, please. You hear absolutely nothing. Once again, it's unsettling how quiet this tomb is. But you do all manage to successfully take a long rest, thanks to Ulysses rolling an 8. So, yep, take your short rest.
Short rest it is. I have one more hit dice.
Ooh, nice.
Let's see.
13.
You healing up, Odinaz?
Yes.
Okay.
That roll.
Oh, there you go. Both you guys rolled maximum on your hit dice. Nice. Oh, Leyland and Redmore anyway, and Odinaz.
Oh, there we go.
Not bad.
And one more. Eesh. Wow.
The range. Well, guys,
Yeah,
what's the
good to
plan?
go.
Is he rested up?
We should have someone at the switch, and we should have one return to the room and the trap and attempt to open the door on the other side. One at a time, and if the door is open, whoever is good at opening doors, we proceed
Guys,
through
I have
one at a time.
I have magnificent hearing. I hear a pin drop up from a mile away. Do you want me to man the switch?
Of course, Skyra, if you are volunteering, we will happily let you do that if you feel all right being alone for a short amount of time.
I'll be fine. So what you want me to do if I hear a loud grinding sound, pull the switch?
Yes, or screaming.
I can do both.
All right, who will go into the trap room and attempt to open the bronze doors?
Well, we know
else
that
will-
they're locked.
Ulysses?
Do we know that they're locked when the trap is not active?
No, we do not.
You haven't checked the fire doors. Everybody just don't move for a second and I'll drag you across the map because I know it's awkward moving around. So you're all down over here now.
Shall I head in first and just see if the door is locked? Maybe it's just open.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Leolon carefully tiptoes across the room,
Thing happens.
tries to avoid the fresh blood which is being spilled there. And he has an investigation of the door.
Sure.
So let's see. Well,
Hmm.
obviously thinks it's fine.
Yeah.
And tries to open the door.
Make me an athletics check, please.
Oh dear. Can I make it acrobatics?
Like, can acrobatics your way out of this one? Yeah, the door does not move.
Okay, well, I just tiptoe back and and I just pass on to the group. I say, well, the door doesn't seem locked, but it doesn't seem to open either.
Odinaz, maybe you
You
should
don't
make a
seem to
second
push
attack.
hard enough. Odinaz just strolls in there.
Okay.
Odinaz does not tiptoe.
I just had a thought, Odonos. It could be a fake door. You know, this is some sort of that they're trap to like the other room, which was also a trap room, a fake room.
Nonsense. Looks like a door.
Okay.
Push the door.
Okay. All right.
Athletics check. It budges just a little bit, but not enough to open.
I use my inspiration.
No, but you can just try your athletics again.
Oh, okay.
It's almost popping open, but not quite.
All right, can I strain again? Keep on pushing.
Sure. It seems the door was barred from the inside, but using your head, we'll say, you just burst through into the next room.
See? It's a door.
Well done, Odonos. You've proven me wrong.
Cannot argue with his logic.
You just have to use your head. And he just kind of like walks in, like rubbing his head.
Okay.
It's you've expanded my mind, Odonos, for sure.
What you see, I'll just let you know this, Odonos, as you peek into the room. You see this large barrel-vaulted chamber is decorated with polished bronze fittings, which flicker like gold in the dim red light of a single torch. The center of the room is dominated by a black marble sarcophagus engraved with the likeness of the Dragon Lord Xander. Whispers break the silence, solemn voices from ages past extolling the deeds of the man interred here.
Hello?
No response.
While this is
If I
happening,
take out the axe, does it feel like it reacts anywhere? Does it seem like there's like a draw to this room?
Nope.
while this is happening, I'm just gonna yell for Kyra to come back over.
Okay.
Onufs is going to peer at the tomb. Or
Okay.
sarcophagus.
It's a very nice sarcophagus.
Odinaz, do you see anything?
Big, ornate coffin.
Should we come over?
We might as well. Everyone, one at a time, and no one touch anything in that room. If there's a coffin, it may be sacred ground.
Leyland,
I
you
will
proceed across. Nothing happens. You're fine.
All right, I proceed across, and I say, my theory seems to be holding up. So long as only one person is in the room, the trap will not trigger. Do not go in two at a time.
Redmaw, can you tell if this is consecrated? Do you have that ability to?
I do. When I enter this room, the sarcophagus room, I will close my eyes, and again, you see that prismatic glow from beneath my chainmail. And I open up my eyes, and one is a eye of a silver dragon, and the other one is the eye of a green dragon. And I will attempt to use my ability to divine sense for anything celestial, undead, or fiendish, as well as anything affected by the hallowed spell.
This is indeed hollowed ground.
Everyone, I believe that we have found the tomb. Whether or not we have found the breastplate is up to debate, but from what I know, if we disturb this ground, we will be cursed.
The lid of the sarcophagus slowly starts to move.
I immediately pull Ulysses and Leolon back.
I didn't touch it.
That's true. Nobody did actually touch it.
I believe you, but I still think we're in trouble.
Okay. The lid continues to slide and slide. It's almost sliding towards right where Odinaz is, like sliding southwards. I assume you take a step aside. Yes. Okay.
And it goes more to the center.
And
As
then
it tries
this.
to reveal.
Yep, sure. And so the lid just kind of clunks slightly on the floor, and you see this. I don't want to use the word zombie because you're going to think it's not a zombie, but it's the same type of thing. Rotten skin, scraggly hair, dressed magnificently though, and the clothes has decayed a lot slower than the body, and it kind of does that thing where it just bends up from the waists, and it points a finger to Leolin and kind of beckons him to come closer.
Leolin looks around at his fellow group members, a bit trepidatiously. Does this mean anything to any of you?
Easy.
I don't.
He wants to talk to you. Here. And he like takes Layla by the arm and kind of like pushes and pulls him to
All right. Well, Leolin is not very thrilled with this, but he steps forward and slowly approaches the risen figure, and kind of stammers a bit. Yeah, yes, me. Gestures to himself.
I'm beckoning you closer. You're not close enough, it seems.
Oh, he moves even closer then.
And he reaches out a bony finger. Looks like he's want to touch your forehead. And he stops, kind of twists his head and looks at you.
Leolon lowers his head to as a gesture that
He touches you right on the head. I mean, it's a little unsettling, this skeletal, bony, most of his flesh gone sensation. Then silently he reaches down into the sarcophagus and he brings something out. It is a crown.
okay.
And then he raises it to your head and he wants to place the crown on your head.
Oh, Leolon is now much more cooperative. He puts his head down in a position where it's easy for him to place the crown.
Crown is placed on your head. You can feel some type of magic energy. There's definitely something magical about it. And Leland, if you go to your journal, which is on the right, looks like a newspaper. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Then there should be a new folder there called Appendices. Then Appendix G.
Appendices.
Next, G for goat.
Yeah, Appendix G. G.
You should see a
Yeah.
crown there. Do you see the crown?
Yes, I do.
Click
All
on the
right.
crown to open it,
Yeah, I've opened it.
and you inherently know what's happening, what the thing does.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it kind of instantly attunes to you. If you want to add to that
Right.
to your character sheet in D&D Beyond, just search up the name. I mean, I'm not saying much because
Okay.
I'm going to leave it up to the character to reveal it, but the name of this item you should be able to find in D&D Beyond. Just it's a custom item
Yeah.
I've added, so
All
just
right.
add that on. Okay,
Okay.
and
All right.
then
Okay.
and then he points to Redmore. Beckons Redmore to come closer.
Red Maw. First, as he's approaching, just checks look at Leolon to see if he looks okay or if he looks charmed. But he will be
Make-
approaching.
Okay, sure, but make an insight check to see if you can
Very
detect
good at
any.
this, but we'll try. Natural 1. I don't know shit.
One. Hey, you don't know. Could be charmed. He could be not. Who knows?
Yep. But I will still approach because things are looking all right, and I do know this is hallowed ground, so I'm feeling a little safer because of that.
You notice on this creature a very fine-looking breastplate, and he does the same thing to you. He raises a finger towards you, just pausing, turning its skull on a side, almost waiting for approval.
I give it. I lean forward and submit to the Dragon Lord.
Touches you on the head, then he looks slightly odd. And then he takes both either side of your head with his hands. You let him do that,
Yes.
and it's pressing in. You're gonna have a hell of a headache tomorrow, but it is almost digging into your skull, but not right. But then he releases his finger. Releases his fingers, lets you go, and then takes off his breastplate and hands it out to you.
I take it. I accept it. I bow my head low.
He looks round at the rest of you, pulls the sarcophagus over himself again, and he's now inside the sarcophagus, and the sarcophagus is closed.
Well, what just happened? Did we get what we came for? Did we actually do it?
This doesn't count as looting now, does it?
No, it
He's
was
dead,
given.
but he.
This was very much. These are very much gifts, the way I see it. So we were missing the breastplate, correct?
Yes. This is what we came for. This is what we expected. Though that thing on your head was not. Are you all right?
Odonos kind of bows. I didn't know that you were a king.
I have a Leolon sort of collects himself. I have a somewhat mysterious past, let's say, and I think this is a key to me to this past. But I'm still uncovering exactly what it fully means.
So what? Wait, hold on. You are royalty? Are you like what? Like some forgotten heir?
Well, I wasn't expecting to be crowned, that's for sure. But I need more time.
Are you
Once I know more, I will let you know.
Are you okay though? This isn't some kind of. You're not in pain. You're not being ensorcelled.
No, I quite the opposite. I feel more like me than I did before somehow. I don't know how to describe it. It's a very odd sensation. But I am fine. I am doing. Yeah, he's still sort of moving it around, got his hands shifting on the crown a bit, feeling it out a bit. But when you look at him, it still seems to be the same fellow you were with in the dungeon before.
Well, we have what we came for, and I hold the best breastplate up in front of me. Does it look as damaged as the shield and the axe?
No, it's in excellent condition, in fact. The axe and the shield need some type of repair work done on it, but the breastplate looks in magnificent condition. Not even a ding or a scratch on it.
All right. I recommend, group, that we leave one at a time like before. We exit the labyrinth and we reconvene at our campsite, and we decide what our next plan of attack is.
Okay, so to save you wandering around there, you do cross the bloody room one by one, and you leave the tomb of Xander. Now, just in case you're curious, it was a weight-based trap. It needed like 2 people walking on it before it triggered. So that was the secret there. But you do leave one by one, leaving this cursed place behind. And we'll just say you're back outside here at your campsite.
Okay.
Do we know what time of day it is?
It's late, very late, in fact.
All
You
right.
walk out into darkness.
We have no choice but to camp. But that will reduce the amount of time we have before the sacrifice significantly. We should, and this is my plan, we are free to discuss alternatives. Kyra, do we know where we can repair these weapons?
The person I would recommend you talk to is Vulcan. He's at his little forge there in Astoria. Go talk to him. He knows a thing or two about forging.
Oh, wow, okay, sorry, apologies. Sorry, collect myself there. It is a great boon that the city is our destination to repair these. Time is now on our side.
Win-win.
Are we prepared to encamp and rest for the night?
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, we're all in good shape. We could already move out now, perhaps. At least.
What time is it?
Late in the evening.
Like 10 p.m. It's very late.
Okay.
I say we rest in case we are attacked on the road or robbed. You were not present for this, but during our last trip away from a place of prophecy, a dragon swooped overhead and its rider threatened us. I do not wish for that to happen again while we are so exhausted.
However, the downside is if we rest here, have trouble on the way, then we're not fully prepared for tomorrow. So if we go back now, then just deal with whatever comes, then have a proper rest in the city, then we at least know we're at full strength.
Very well. Who is in favor of traveling? Leolon and Ulysses? Is there anyone else?
Odinus cares not. We travel, we travel. We sleep, we sleep.
If you
Matters not.
abstain, then even if I vote against, the group is in favor of traveling. Very well. Keep your wits about you. My body cannot accept any more divine magic. I can summon a bit of dragon fear if we are threatened, but that is the extent of it.
Okay, so you're going to begin your trek back to Astoria more or less straight away.
Seems like it.
Okay. as you start the journey back to Astoria, I need every one of you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I was afraid of that.
Yep.
All right, Constitution.
My good grief.
Odinaz,
14.
1 point of exhaustion. And who are we missing? Leolon. Ah, yep, just Odinaz. You really struggled to get through there, even though you got the biggest Constitution buff there. You do take a point of exhaustion. You
All the
right.
sprinting.
That's all that using that head.
Yeah.
Okay, so you push on through the night. Just before you get back there, though, something seems to come over you. And let's say you're just like a few hours outside of Astoria. And Ulysses, you notice Redmore just collapses and starts sleeping, as does Odinoz. Ulysses and Leyland, you look at each other, not sure what to do, when both of you fall asleep as well. Dum 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 dum. What's going on?
Even
I
an
need,
elf.
even as an elf, yes, even as an elf, you do. Well, what you see is them falling down and not responding. They're still breathing, and you fall down as well. Whether this is sleep or not is another question. But you do, it looks like sleep. So, yes, even though you're an elf. And I need to take a quick bathroom break. So let's break for 5 minutes, guys. And leave it on a cliffhanger. Okay, I'll be right back. And just as a heads up, as I said, we're going to delay this, extend this session a little bit. So I'll be finishing at approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'm not sure what time zone you're in, but 1 hour and 20 minutes is when we'll call a halt to the session. So we've still got a bit to go. All right. So as I said, you guys just all kind of fall down one by one. And Ulysses, it's not... Yeah, you do fall asleep even though you're an elf. And...
Quick question before
Yep.
we get into this. While we were traveling, Redmaw would have been trying to actively attune to that armor and put it on. Would that have been something he'd be able to do while traveling, or is that like a long/short rest scenario?
I say no, not while you're pushing to get there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
He's just carrying it. He's just carrying the armor on his back, then wrapped on his back.
Sure. Okay, so actually, before we do that, can everybody please make me a wisdom saving throw? Okay. Get all the rolls out the way, then we can narrate what's happening. Who are we missing? Redmore.
Yes. What do you need?
Wisdom saving throw, please.
All right. Oh, was it almost an 18? It's 2.
Okay, everybody except Ulysses also roll me a d10.
All right. Just like that number, 2.
So Odinar's got a 6. So Redmore got a 2. Leyland got a 1. Okay. Now once again, everybody except Ulysses, can you please roll me, what is the roll here? A D100.
Roll D100s? Okay. 91.
Okay. So let's have a look. Leyland was 47. And Redmore 91. Interesting. And what have Odinar's rolled? Oh, wait. 61. Did I get those confused? Leyland 47. No, that's right. Redmore 91. Okay, yep. That's for Redmore. And Odinar's rolled a 61. Okay. Can you also roll me a second percentage dice, please? Odinar's. One more percentage dice. 43. Okay. Okay. So you all fall asleep into something resembling sleep. And then you hear a voice in your head. Poor little mortals. And the woman's voice is soft and concerned. You are so worried about everything. Worry about honoring the gods. Worrying about offending them. Worried about war. Worried about the future. What can we do to make you worry less? And then the blackness fades. And you see yourself on a path, not the path that you're on before, but a different path. You see a man standing with his back to you. He gazes over a beautiful valley which is covered with wildflowers. and a soft breeze is blowing and birds are singing brightly. And you hear the voice once again. Knowledge is the greatest of all mortal burdens. Don't you think? Knowledge is pain. Ignorance puts the mind at ease. Ignorance makes mortals happy. The man turns. His face is twisted with pain and despair. Red tears streak his face. His eyes, ears, and mouth have all been sewn shut. Then you all wake up and you look around. You're all lying on the ground. What do you do?
That was unpleasant. But
Odinoz, you see Ulysses' mouth moving, but you can't hear him. In fact, you stop for a moment and you can't actually hear anything.
Odos kind of like looks around, kind of like slaps at his ear.
You feel the pain, but you don't hear the noise.
He'll kind of try to clap his hands, like you just see Odonos is like just randomly clapping his hands, like.
Yep, no sound.
When I look around,
You go to speak, Redmore, and no sound comes out of your mouth.
God. Redmaw will look around to see if one of his companions is having trouble seeing.
No?
guys, shall we just keep going? Let's just get to the city.
Leyland, you find yourself quite afraid. You see these weird things happening, and you feel a distinct desire to be as close to Ulysses as possible. You feel drawn to him, and when you find yourself wandering away from you, there's momentarily panic entering you. You feel you need to be close to Ulysses, or else something bad would happen.
Okay. Well, and I say to Ulysses, I point to Odinos. Do you see that? Do you see what's up with Odinos?
Odos, are you okay?
Odonos just roars. Roar!
Oh, no need for that. It's middle of the night. We don't want to attract too much attention. But
Redmaw is
Redmaw,
like
just
opening and closing his mouth. Nothing's coming out, and he's trying to do an X sound and point at the guy with the sewn mouth and just do XXX
No.
and point behind them.
Sorry, that was a vision when you all kind
Oh.
of fell asleep, and now you find yourself just back on the road. That vision has ended.
All right. Or Redmaw will like just put an X sound in front of him and then point at his mouth.
Okay. And well, Lil points Ulysses in the direction of Redmaw now. Sort of what? Do you know what's going on with Redmaw?
well, I don't think he can speak at the moment. Oh, I stand in front of Odinos, and just try to very questioningly point at my ears. His ears, like, can you hear me? Trying to mouth the words.
Odonos, you just see a confused look on his face, like, and kind of his face squinch up, and he just roars again. And it's almost like he's almost shaking his head, like.
Okay, let's just take it easy, everyone, and let's just keep walking. I really don't know what else to do. Let's just get back to the city.
You detect magic or something? Can you see if they're under a spell or dispel a spell? I have no such abilities, so.
It could take 10 minutes. Then I should be able to see if that works.
Okay, so you're
I'll,
casting
I'll
Detect Magic.
yeah, ritually.
Cool. Yep, cool. And just as a note, I just whispered something in Roll20 to both Odinos and Redmore in case there was any confusion. So just take a note
I
of
got
that.
it.
Okay, cool.
Red Maw will gently, because like he knows that Odinaz like accepts help from no one. Will try to position himself near or behind Odinaz to kind of act as his ears for him.
Okay, so Detect Magic is cast, and other than things that you expect to, that you know Ping is magical, the Axe of Xander does, the Breastplate does, the Shield of Vulcan does, all the normal things, Ping is magical, but you don't detect anything unusual on Odino's, Redmore, or Leolin.
Well, that could be a problem. Well, at the same time, because I cast a divination spell, I do give. Let's do Leolon 7 temporary hit points.
Oh.
Onos
Well-
is just stomping around, just roaring. Why can't I hear anything?
I'm gonna move up to him and just like try to calm him down. Like, it's okay. It's like, breathe in, breathe out calmly. Let's just make the moving sensation of like, let's just keep moving to the city.
Onos kind of like looks over that direction and like roars and like it shrugs like, "What do you want? I can't hear you."
Red Maw will turn to him, turn like get red, like he'll like wave in front of Odinaz and poke him. And if Odinaz turns, Red Maw would make two motions. One is the hush motion. He'll make the walk motion with two fingers, and then he'll make the sleep motion. And then he'll be like thumbs up, as if like trying to confirm if Odinaz is okay with that.
All right. So what motion do you do?
First is hush, so finger to the
Okay.
mouth hush. Then two fingers walking through the air down in the direction of the path that we were walking in before we fell asleep. And then finally the like the two hands on the side of the face and eyes closed like sleeping. And then a thumbs up.
You want to walk to take a nap?
Nods, he nods.
Walk, take nap. Okay.
Nods.
Walk, take nap.
And then Red Maw will look to Ulysses and give him a thumbs up.
You get a thumbs up.
And I point at my ears and I go like point at my ears and then I do a thumbs up.
I know. That's just keep walking. And Jessis is just at this point very concerned about the fact that his companions are not doing well.
I whispered something to you as well, Leolin. So feel free to take a note of that. In Roll20.
Yeah, well, no, Leolon's he's sticking right by Ulysses' side the whole time, and does not stray really more than a meter away from Ulysses, by the way, and is very well interested in what Ulysses, how you could help. He's convinced you can help us somehow.
It's interesting. One of you doesn't appear to be able to speak, and one of them doesn't appear to be able to hear. So, and Leyland's acting a little odd as well. But eventually, after lots of traveling, you arrive in the middle, we'll say, at about 6 p.m. in Astoria. You find yourself back in the great city of Astoria. What do you guys wish to do?
Red Maw will try to point towards where he thinks the king's place is, and then make the sleep
Yeah.
gesture again.
Yeah, Ulysses is basically just gonna guide everyone to their beds. That's just Ulysses' goal.
Okay, so you head back to the king's palace. You're well enough known here now that no questions are asked. You go to your sleeping quarters. You fall into a deep sleep.
I would like to spend an hour of my long rest attuning to the breastplate.
Okay, done.
Leolon slides his bed over so it's next to Ulysses' bed.
Okay. Now, just mechanically, the breastplate of Mitros. Who's attuning to the breastplate? Sorry.
I am, because Mitros gave it to Red Maw.
Sure. So once again, if you go to D&D Beyond and add the breastplate of Mitros to your equipment, you'll get all the appropriate bonuses applied in. It's like a +1 bonus to AC, +1 bonus to Charisma, and Giants and Titans have disadvantage on their attacks against someone wearing that. So let me know if you can't find that, Redmore, and I'll help you out.
Sorry, it's called Breastplate of Mitros?
Yep. Can't find it?
No.
Okay, give me just a second and I'll sort that out.
I'm looking for through adding items. This is my first time adding an item on D&D Beyond, so maybe
Sure.
I'm just missing
I
something.
see two versions: a rare and a legendary breastplate of Mitros.
One of the problems, Redmore, is probably why you can't find it, is it's you didn't have homebrew added. Anyway, let me
shoot!
just...
I'm so sorry.
That's right.
I can fix that.
I've already fixed it.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. Breastplate of Mitros. So add to your equipment. Take off your chainmail and attune to that. So you notice you might need to refresh your character sheet, Redmore, but you notice your armor class is now bumped up to 18, and your charisma has also got a bump to 17. And just take note of that secondary effect. Giants and Titans have disadvantage against you. I'm more than likely going to forget that, so keep me on my toes.
Giants and Titans have disadvantage on their attacks. That's amazing.
Hey, so not only do you get a long rest, so get all those spell slots back, but congratulations! You're now level 4.
Hey.
Yeah. So take a moment to level up.
Does Odinus know? We're trying to tell him that he's level 4, but he doesn't hear us, I guess.
No, I don't know.
What?
Sorry, level 3.
I can't count. I'm bad at math.
By the way, when you wake up, those things that happened during the vision are still present.
Figured.
Body being brave and rolling for hit points?
Oh,
The way I've been rolling, no.
Okay.
I was going to, but I don't know how to do it.
Okay, I'll
I'm
help
still
you out with that. So, Redmore,
Yeah.
what does Paladins get? A D10?
Yes. when I hit level up, it's already 40 now, so I'm wondering if I messed up.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at your character.
Because I just hit level 4 and now it says 40. It was not 40 before. It was like 30 something, 31 or something.
Okay. You have fixed hit points, so you're not rolling for them, so it's just fixed, so it would have automatically applied it.
Okay. Womp womp. I don't know if I can retcon my health.
You can. So do you want to, so what are you now? You're level
4.
Okay, 4. So obviously you get maximum hit points at first level.
Okay.
Do you want to roll 3d10 just in the chat over here? And then I'll make the appropriate adjustments.
Alright, 3d10 plus my constitution?
Yep, but just 3d10 for now.
Okay, and I roll that in roll 20? Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so 3d10.
You can re-roll 1, so if one of these is a 1, you can re-roll it.
Okay,
Oh.
I re-rolled a 1, so I have 8, 4, and 1, so I'll re-roll one of them. That's a 3.
Oh, we're just rolling here in
You rolled an 8,
D20.
a 4, and
8,
a
4,
3.
and 3.
Okay. Yes, if you could. So it's nice and public.
Okay, we're gonna roll for hit points and just for the level 4. I rolled for the ones before, I think. Ah, there we go. That's a nice one.
Okay, just give me a second with your character sheet here. Read more, and I'll make it all
No
good.
rush.
So, what did we roll? Rolled a 15.
A con modifier.
So you get maximum for first level, which is 10.
Plus con. So
Oh yeah, so it's what's your con?
my constitution modifier is a plus. It's 16, so that's a plus 3.
It should be 13 at first level.
Yes.
Plus 15, because that's what you rolled, so it should be 25.
And then plus 9 more on top of that.
Yep. Okay. So, you should be good now. With everything taken into account, your hit points are 37. So not quite as good as the average. Now, just to explain it as well, you click on the cog thing.
Yes.
And go to your class. See home race class number 2.
Yes.
And click on manage hit points.
Yes.
Now that's how it says rolled hit points there. So let's say next time you roll a d10 and you roll a 10. Just change it to 35. That's actually what you rolled, and then it'll calculate your constitution on top of that. Does that make sense?
Okay, let me see. 35. And I hit... no, I'm at 75. Something's gone very wrong.
Well,
maybe I'm still fixed. Maybe because I still have it set to fixed. Hold on, I'll switch that to manual. There we go. And now I go to class.
Yep.
And rolled HP 35, right?
Well, that was just an example. So
okay.
If you were to advance the level, you would change your roll hit points to 35. It's just a total of the dice that you roll for your hit points. And then it applies the constitution on top of that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If it doesn't, we can just work
through. It was
through.
The total number I rolled. If I put that in, I think I got this.
Well, no, you rolled 15, right? But you automatically get 10 at first level, which is why it's 25 there. So everything's set exactly how it should be now for level, whatever you are, level 4.
No, I think I've messed something up pretty badly. It says 27 right now.
Okay.
I will just leave it alone and let you change it.
Oh yeah, not HP modifier. Rolled HP should be 25. Yep, there we go. If it doesn't make sense, we can just do this again at level 5. Does everything else make sense?
Everything else makes sense. I will finish what I was doing, and then I will see if my health points are still below what they should be.
I'm just checking it now, and oh, wait, 20.
So, like I said, like I think it's because I've been touching stuff when you were working on it. So I'm currently off my character sheet.
Okay. Okay, maybe just view your character sheet normally and refresh it. You should be on 37, so
Thank you.
should be right now. I think you're right. We're both playing with things we shouldn't be playing with at the same time.
All right. Thank you so much. I
That's
am
right.
finishing my level up. It probably gave everybody else plenty of time to do it.
It's all good. And does anybody get anything cool at level 4? Oh, you get your ASI Paladin. Did you do that?
Yeah. I am in the middle of it.
Or you can grab a feat as well, of course, if you want.
I grabbed a feat.
I'm grabbing a feat as well.
Cool.
I've got Great Weapon Master.
Nice.
Yeah. I've taken the defensive duelist with the bonus to the stat, +1 to dex.
Remind me what defensive duelist does?
As a reaction, so if once as a reaction, I can add my proficiency bonus to my armor class.
Ah, okay, cool. Okay.
I will be taking Dragon Fear. Yes, when angered, I radiate menace. So I increase my Constitution, Strength, or Charisma score by 1. Instead of exhaling destructive energy, I can consume my breath weapon to roar, forcing each creature of my choice within 30 feet to make a Wisdom saving throw. Target automatically succeeds on the save if they can't see or hear me. On a fail, they become frightened by me for a minute.
Neat.
So it's kind of like
Nice.
my channeled divinity, but now I get multiple stacks of it.
Yeah, well, that's frightening people is a very good move.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to raise my Constitution, because I think that's the only one that is in... Or I guess I could increase my Strength. I'll have to think on that.
And Odenos, you took defensive duelist?
I took Great Weapon Master.
Great weapon. He's
Sorry,
not
that was
refined at all.
Leolin.
Opposite.
Leolin, you took
Yeah.
defensive duelist. And you're wielding a finesse weapon?
Yeah, I'm a dexterity fighter.
Oh, okay,
I'm a
sweet.
rapier.
Cool. What did you do, David?
I took skill expert and took expertise on perception.
Ooh, neat.
Brains of the operation.
At least the eyes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, I love
What
both
you're-
Redmore and Odenos, but to say they're the brains of the operation would not be fair.
No.
No. That's why I use my head for things. But
It's,
that
yeah,
Like opening
the
doors.
heart and the forehead of the group. Yeah.
The heart and the forehead. Okay. Is everybody successfully leveled up? You're good?
I believe so.
Okay, we have someone coming home from school. Come here, Riley. Say hi. Come over here and say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, good to see
Hello.
ya.
Hey.
Hey.
No. Don't you press it.
This is the guy who says this.
Roll for initiative. You gotta be kidding.
All right.
How
That's
is
awesome.
bowling?
Good. It's actually not even
You're a
2:40
star.
yet.
I know, you're home early.
Yeah.
Because the bowling finished?
Mhm.
Is Nathan home as well?
No.
Just you?
Yep.
Well, that was lucky. You gonna practice your backflips?
Yeah.
Okay, say bye.
Bye. Can't believe
Bye.
so
Bye.
what? I've landed the backflip already.
All right. Okay, guys. So you wake up. I feel a bit better. You are still under the effects that I've whispered to all of you. What would you like to do?
Well,
Red Maw.
Um,
Sorry, go ahead. Please go.
Yeah, one thing I think Ulysses, because he's an elf, he only needs 4 hours. He would have spent part of those hours to just walk around town and kind of get the feeling of what everyone's thoughts are about the sacrifice and the possible attack and all that's going on.
Um, getting a feel for the city. Let me just bring up
Just
a...
talking to some passerbys and
Mm-hmm. I can't find the thing that I'm looking for. Roll me a 2d8, please, David.
2d8.
Roll another d8, because I want them to be different numbers.
Figured.
6 and a 5. Okay, so the first thing, even before we get to the rolls, everybody's worried. You get the impression they're kind of looking for leadership for Pythor, but Pythor is not really giving the leadership required. He's just... I mean, it's weird. People love him, even though he's a drunken womanizer. So people do respect him, but they're getting a little bit annoyed with his inaction. He seems to be fixing his problems with drink. You also hear rumors of... Shall I bring across to the map before I explain this? You also hear rumors coming from people who've visited Metros. Now, you would all know inherently that the king of Metros is someone called King Acastus. And it seems as if he is promising to revive the dragon lords of old. And there's even been sightings of dragons flying overhead. If you mention this to Kyra, she'll say kind of in passing, "Oh, I always thought you guys were going to be the dragon lords. I think that's where your destiny lies." So it's a little bit confusing that he's reviving it. That's like 2 dragon lords orders. That's weird. And you also learn that people are worried about the situation with copper. Like all your weapons and armor are kind of made out of copper. This is pre-Iron Age stuff. And people are worried that the copper mines of Astoria are running dry. And if only somehow the mithril mines could be reopened, things would be much better. That's a vibe you get, David.
All right. As the rest is waking up, I'll share this as well. But clearly busy with quite a few other things than just the sacrifice. Must be just
Redmaw shrugs and makes a very complicated set of motions that are too vague to follow.
still
Lelon
control.
panics when he hears that Ulysses has been off and about by himself, and is now sitting very, very snugly close to Ulysses, just to keep you safe.
You
Um,
will really scoot to the edge of the bench, probably just to get a little bit of distance.
Redmaw will walk up to Ulysses, point at him, point back at him, Redmaw himself, and then we'll make the talking motion, and then make a shrug.
Shall we just get some pen and paper?
Redmaw blinks and then nods a little, maybe a little embarrassed.
The king must have something somewhere, and
You can get quill and paper, yeah, no problem.
Redmaw will write purse and then can you remove in very blocky writing.
not sure if it's a curse. Usually, magical curses do ping for my magic, but maybe there's a priest here that can help you, or at least understand what's happening.
Redmaw will turn the paper around and again in large letters. First stop running out of time.
Yes, good point. How much time do we have exactly? What is there? sacrifice tonight, tomorrow morning. What was it?
You have the entirety of today, and then at dusk the next day is when Anora is due to be placed on the Rock of Estor.
Redmaw grabs another piece of paper and puts like a numbered list. 1 is priest and 2 is Vulcan.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's go get a priest. Let's go get a priest. Then everything's gonna be okay. The priest will know. Sort of a priest, but hey.
Ira piped up. Why did you see my old mate Aesop at the Dragon Shrine? He might know a thing or two.
Yes, and also to the blacksmith, because he might know how to repair this shield and axe. Is that between 1 and 2, or?
Well, I don't know. Where do you want to go first? Aesop could maybe help us out.
Let's go to priest. Priest is first. This is awkward talking to myself all the time.
Yeah, so you head over to the Dragon Shrine. Just for those who weren't here at the beginning of the campaign, there was a vision that you got from the Horn of Belmetria. The Horn of Belmetria was supposed to be here. Aesop thought he had it, but he didn't because it had been stolen. And it was stolen by basically Demetria at the Mossy Temple. So once that all went down, you got the Horn of Belmetria back. But Aesop sees you and gets you. Oh, hello everyone. Ulysses, Redmore, Odenos, Leolin. A pleasure to see you all once again. How may I be of assistance?
What?
Well,
What did she say?
I said, if I can be.
This
Sorry,
won't
what?
help. Like, hey, problem?
I can't hear you.
Do I need to speak louder? What's going on, Ulysses? I need to. What is going on? What is he doing an X sign for? Redmore, explain what's going on. No, don't just gnash your teeth at me. That's not helping.
Okay, everyone, quiet down. Like, we had a weird dream, and then all of them were acting weird. Redmar can't talk.
Oh.
Odinos is deaf. And I don't know what's going on with Leolin, but it's weird.
Okay.
Can you help?
Well, let's start with you, Redmore. Redmore, can you hear me? Come closer.
All right, Redmaw steps forward, sheepishly.
It's just that he can't talk.
Oh, he can't talk.
He's not deaf.
So one can't deaf and one can't talk. So the deaf person doesn't actually know what's up with the guy who can't talk. Because he can't hear him anyway.
Well, sort of. we can read and write, so that's a good thing.
Anyway, come here, Redmore. And Aesop kind of looks at you. Open your mouth, say, ah. Looks into your mouth and tilts your head back, looks up your nose, checks in both earlobes, tugs at your hair almost a little bit as well. Not that Redmore has here, but rubs your scalp, shall we say. Ah, I know what this could be. All right, hold still. This might hurt a little bit. But never come casting a spell on you. Spell takes a good minute to work. Okay, Redmore, say something.
Hello?
What? It worked.
Oh, thank the gods and thank your gods. That was going to be tricky.
Oh, glad I could help. I got, let's see, I could do this a couple more times, which I think is just perfect. Okay, Odenos, come over here. Odenos, you're unmuted if you're talking.
Well, he wouldn't hear anyway.
That's
So I'm
true.
probably just gonna take him by the hand and put him in front of you.
You are muted, Joshua, if you're trying to talk on Discord.
What did she say?
Oh, there we go. Okay, so Odinoz, the Aesop comes and does a similar thing. Wants to look into your mouth, look into your eyes, into your ear, scruff of your scalp. And they cast a similar spell on you, and you are no longer deaf.
Odinoz can hear. Wait a minute. At least I can hear my voice. Okay, good.
Okay, we're good. Now, Leolin, is there something wrong with you? You feel a little odd?
Oh, me? No, there's nothing wrong with us. And he sort of puts his hands
Yes.
on around Ulysses and brings him a bit closer. Says, no, we're doing just fine. No, there's nothing wrong with us at all. Yeah.
There's pure panic in Ulysses's eyes.
Maybe just check him just in case.
And he
Well, I don't know. I mean,
brushes away a hair. Well,
I'm a bit of a, I subscribe to the old adage, first do no harm. If there's nothing wrong with you, Odinoz, I don't know what I should do. It's your choice.
oh, I don't see there's anything wrong here, right, Ulysses? Everything's fine.
Please
Whatever
check him
you say.
out.
I will step up and say, like, just because someone says there's nothing wrong doesn't mean there isn't, and he might not be aware of it. Perhaps you would consider checking him, please?
Well, I have to ask Odinoz this.
Or Leolon, you mean?
Oh, sorry,
Leolon,
Leolon.
yeah.
Leolon, sorry.
Well, I don't know. And he looks at Ulysses. Well, what do you say?
I
Looks very
think it would be
closely.
wise if he check you out. It might make you a bit more independent.
Well, you are very wise, and of course, I will take your advice. That's not a problem. And he says, "Well, why not? Just to be on the safe side, right?"
Goes through a similar rigmarole with you, Leolin, doing the checking the eyes, the ears, the nose, all that type of stuff. And they cast a similar spell on you. And the thing that I whispered to you, Leolin, is no longer in play.
Well, blinks a bit, and then suddenly looks at his sort of, and then takes a sort of a quick step back from Ulysses and regains his personal space, as it were, a sense of personal space, and isn't really sure what was going on, but yeah, he says, "Well, yeah, there was nothing wrong with me at all."
If you say so. Let's let's go to the Smith.
Thank you, Pyra. This was deeply helpful. I would
Oh,
not have been able to channel any of my powers without my voice.
Oh, don't thank me. Thank Aesop. He's the master healer. I'm the master bard, but he's the master healer. Thank Aesop.
Thank you, Aesop.
Thanks,
No
Aesop.
problem. Just a quick question. Do you guys still have the dragon horn?
I look to Odinoz.
You do, by the way.
Yeah, I have it
Can I have it
right
back?
here.
I mean, it was stolen from the shrine here, and we have a place of honor for it. But if it's of no more use to you, then perhaps I can have it back.
Odinoz not see any problem with that. Like your load.
Okay, sounds like you're handing the horn of Valmitra back. Okay, thank you. Just let me know if you need any more help. Bit of a heal you guys up, maybe if you need it. So just come by anytime.
All right,
Again,
thank
this
you.
is deeply appreciated, and if there is any way that we can repay you in the future, we will do so.
Stop the upcoming apocalypse. That would be more than sufficient.
Excellent. Then put it on our tab.
Okay. That's right.
Well,
yeah.
now that I have
Promise
my
to
voice,
end the apocalypse. Okay, got it.
yeah. Well, with my voice returned, I am feeling we should go post-haste to Vulcan. And he will start humming loudly as he tries to find his way to the blacksmith.
Okay. So you head over to Vulcan's hall. Vulcan's just yeah, so near the center of the town is a large building with fortified stone walls and a shingle roof. A sign hangs from the building's heavy bronze banded doors. It reads Vulcan's Hall. Inside the hall, you're greeted by the warm glow of embers and the blast of hot air. And the room is decorated with a variety of bronze armors, weapons, and farming tools. A withered-looking dwarf walks at an anvil near the blistering forge at the back of the hall. What does this gentleman looks like? He looks like this. And just shoot this. And he's hammering of what he's kind of cursing under his breath. He hasn't appeared to notice you. Fuck this. It's pathetic tools. I can't expect to cope with this. He's got his back to you.
Hail, master of the forge.
Oh, shit! Who the hell are you? Don't go sneaking up on me like that. I'm an old dwarf. Give me a break. What the hell do you want?
Old Red Maw will grin. He kind of seems to take this almost like positively, which is a little odd. And he's like, "For you to right a wrong and carve your name onto the destiny of this land, and I will present the broken shield of Vulcan."
The fuck are you talking about? What wrong have I done?
Not that you have done, but another has. This is a fabled artifact of the Dragon Lords, sullied and defiled by a grave robber. It needs the skilled hand of a master forge and blacksmith to bring it to its rightful state.
Look, lad, you seem like a nice one. Look around me. I got a bellows, pathetic pissant forge. How do you expect me to repair such magical equipment with such pathetic equipment? This can't be done.
Well, sounds like you have an idea of where it could be done.
Let's stop mixing words. I know who you lot are. You're the one that nutjob Versi prophesied, right?
Indeed.
Oh, look, I can't say I'm disapproving of your methods. I've heard the things you've done. Quite a reputation. I think I could perhaps help you. Now, first of all, simple question out the way first. Does any of you bloody know who the hell I am?
Red Mob will turn to the natives.
Yeah, Redmore definitely does. That's true.
Do I know history?
Let's see your history roll.
Twelve.
Huh.
Okay. Something to both of you.
Lil's pretty sure he knows who he is.
I think so too. I'll whisper it to you anyway. So do any of you, a lot of you got muscles, I see that, but do you have anything between your ears? Who am I? Say my name.
You are the god of the forge. You are Fulcom.
You are not wrong. I am indeed the god of the forge. And I've seen you made that old drunkard idiot Pythor.
We haven't met him. No.
You have met him. You might have not
Okay.
been there, but you have met him. He was a guy who wants you to save his daughter in order.
Okay.
Yes, we
Yes, we
are
have-
kind of working in tandem with them.
Well, that muscle-bound drunken womanizer is my son. So we have our differences, but he's a good lad. And let's just say he's told me he might be visiting me. Look, I'd love to help you, but look around me. It's a pathetic wee forge, pathetic wee smithing tools. I cannot possibly expect it to fix such magnificent weapons with these armaments that I've been given.
Well, your granddaughter's life hangs in the balance, so where can we take you, or what can we secure so that you can reforge these items?
I'll say it before and I'll say it again. Muscles on the arms, none between the ears. Where do you think I could fix these things?
Redmaw's like, I don't know, I'm from across the sea, and he pushes Leolon in front of him.
Are you not from here, lad? Oh, my apologies.
Leolon's history is knowledge is failing him, and he looks over to Ulysses for backup. but
Ulysses, is it?
I-
Are you okay? You look like you're about to faint. Get a bit of meat on your bones, lad.
I'm sorry.
Don't
I
be
just-
sorry. Got some bit of pork or steak into you. Put some meat on your bones.
Okay.
Ulysses, this is not so much a history check, but you do click to something. Let me just show you what it is.
sorry.
No, your roll was fine. Yeah, I'll give you guys a clue.
The Lost Forge.
Well, where do you think I could fix these weapons with this pathetic equipment? I can barely get this stupid black. What do you call it? The forge to get even way close to where the hot is. And left, I'm making these shitty equipment. I've only had a decent place to make these things.
That place is lost now, isn't it?
Only if you don't know where to look.
Now who's speaking in riddles, Vulcan?
Oh, I'm not me just speaking of others. I can tell you where the mithril forge is. If you get to the forge, if you relight the damn thing, let me know about it. I can fix those weapons for you. No problem.
So
Where-
where can
where
we
is-
find it?
Where can you find it? That's an excellent question. Not actually shown nicely on the map, but I'll type it in.
Hang on. You know where the forge is, so it's not lost as in we don't know where it is. So what is causing it to be lost?
But look, only a certain few individuals ever knew where the mithril mines were. I happen to be one of them. I worked the mines myself. Well, let's just say during the Great War, the Mithril Forge was closed down, and it hasn't been relit since. So it's not a matter of only finding the Mithril Forge; it's getting the damn thing working again. If you get the damn thing working again, I can fix these weapons up for you right smart. It should take no more than a few days per item.
Well, that sounds fantastic, but I mean, I'm just trying to, let's say, it's not that there's some sort of dragon or titan or some sort of evil beast which is sitting on the forge at the moment, which is causing it to, that you know of.
I honestly couldn't help you there, lad. I was last there a few hundred years ago, and it was deserted.
Okay.
Who knows what's there now?
You said a couple days per item, correct?
I don't pretend I don't recognize the axe of Xander and the shield of Vulcan. And my own personal creations there. Yeah, of course there are no normal items. They're going to take some time to get them back to their former state.
And how far is this forge? Apologies, but we only have a day, a night, and another day before before your granddaughter must be sacrificed. If there is any way to claim this forge and get even a single weapon prepared for what we intend here.
Look, if you fired up the forge today, it's still going to take me a few days to repair them. So I know what's happening with Honora. I don't think the Mithril Forge, I cannot repair these weapons anywhere near the time you requested.
Yeah, we're first gonna have to save Vulcan's daughter before we go to the forge.
She's my granddaughter. She's Python's daughter.
Granddaughter. My apologies.
That's alright.
Well, the axe at least provides Odinaz with a bit of an advantage. The shield is a shield, but with this breastplate, the crown, and even a half-functioning axe, perhaps this is the best chance we are going to get.
It's the only chance, I think, because time is pressing. Yes?
Our original plan was to go to the Centaur camp and challenge their leader. We had gathered these items in the hopes of strengthening our chances. But I will not push this if you are not comfortable with it. We can find another plan, but this challenging of the Centaur leader is currently the best idea we have.
Leolon looks at Odinaz sort of slowly up and down. He goes, "No, I think a challenge. I think it's a decent plan." Yeah.
I will say, well, I'm not entirely fond of this idea myself, but I know at the very least the centaurs are creatures of honor, if nothing else. If you challenge their leader and defeat their leader, then they will abide by the terms of the agreement. They will not invade the city of Astoria. Of course, if you fail, that's a whole different story.
Mm-hmm. Have we had contact with the centaurs? Just, I suppose, off.
You did. There was a guy called Commander Gaius. I'll show you what he looks like. Yeah, when you left the Mossy Temple, there was a silver dragon, and on top of the silver dragon was this guy here, Commander Gaius, very much wearing the robes of the Order of Sidon. And he said, you're idiots, you're never going to defeat Sidon. And he called a band of centaurs to attack you. There was approximately one centaur per character, and you managed to defeat him. And you also know that Commander Gaius is here at the moment in Astoria. He's a representative of the Order of Sidon. So he's the one who came with the demands. He's the one who set the deadline. He's the one who says what's going to happen if you don't do this.
And And have we talked with him about this? Tried to find some other way other than a challenge?
We have not. If that is something you wish to make an attempt on, I don't know if which would be a better option, honestly. We decided on the challenge because, to be fair, Odinaz and I are better at hitting things. I'm not the worst talker, but I don't know your ways and your customs. For all I know, if we talk to this commander, maybe he pushes up the timeline. Maybe he makes things worse. But that's just me speculating. We can talk to him. We can try. If he'll even be willing to speak with us.
Yeah, maybe maybe there's something we can do, or maybe there's a trade, or I don't know. First, I always say at least have some kind of conversation to get at least we can get a sense of what they're about. So that would be my vote to go and see if we can talk with this fellow.
We certainly do. We certainly have time. Worst case, we make no progress and we can begin our trek to the Centaur camp.
Okay. Sounds like you're heading over
Leolon. Sorry.
No, you go. Leolon.
If you would be willing to helm this diplomatic endeavor, I will support you. I'm very good at backup.
Yeah. No, definitely. No, well, and it's all welcomed. And all right, well, where can we find him? Where we shall head over.
Doesn't take long to learn that he's over at the King's Palace. Couple of things. Well, first of all, if you have a look in Discord, that's what's currently in my backyard. My wife says, I'm in an outside office, and she said, just be aware as you walk back into the house. So there's a big old. He keeps on visiting us, which is kind of annoying because once bears get too used to hanging around suburbs like this, they usually tranquilize the bear, put it back in the middle of nowhere and tag it, and then if it comes back again a second time, unfortunately the bears get euthanized. So so the kids say, oh, let's feed it some steak. I like some steak. It's like, no, we want to make it go away.
Bear chasers.
Not good.
Poor thing.
Yeah, so we're hoping he goes, but he keeps on hanging around.
Wow.
Okay, and on the way there, Kyra says, just to be clear, Commander Gaius, he works with the Order of Sidon. Yes, he's the one who came here with demands. Yes, he's the one who will report probably back to Lord Sidon himself what has happened. But he's also under the oath of hospitality. Technically, that means we can attack him. I'm not saying you should do this, but if it comes to blows, Pythor, the god of war and battle, will be oath-bound to kill us all. So just keep that in mind. It works the other way as well. Yeah, it works the other way as well. Guys can't attack us either, so just keep that in mind.
Oh, if I had a choice between the god-serving dragon rider and a centaur leader, I was planning to pick a fight with the centaur leader. Do not worry.
All right. Okay, just to be clear. Okay, so you ask one of the soldiers of Astoria to direct you to the chambers that Gaius is staying in, and he brings you to the doorway. He gestures that he is behind this. It gives you a nod and leaves you alone.
Okay. And Leolon expresses his interest in meeting this lord.
Door's closed.
Looks like you have to knock, Leolon.
Oh, right, okay.
Unless you wish for me to.
No, it's fine. I'll knock on the doors.
The door swings open, and inside of this, it's like underground. It's windowless. It's decorated nicely enough. You do indeed see Commander Gaius. You recognize him as a person who rode the Silver Dragon, who summoned the centaurs to attack you. He's surrounded by about 6 or so other members of the Order of Cider, but he's commanding a presence in the room. And as a soldier opens the door, he says, "Oh, what a pleasant surprise! The heroes of the Oracle."
Well, if this
Please.
isn't Crumb. Sorry,
the pleasure is all ours. The pleasure is all ours, and may
Please.
we break bread with you?
"Oh, well, please take a seat." And all the soldiers are sitting on seats, and there's no actual chairs to sit on. "Please take a seat."
This whole
Okay.
time, Red Maw, normally courteous and generally polite, is not looking happy. He's definitely bearing a bit of teeth at Gaius, but standing back and letting Leolon make his attempt.
All right. Well, so there's no seats. Which
Nope.
this is just a round room. There's no seats. The seats are taken by the people who are already present.
Mhm.
Well, Leolon isn't going to sit on the ground, so he's going to go into an area where perhaps as a group they can stand, and he will just stand there and look around and just observe who is present.
Oh,
And see
well,
what the host initiates.
the host, Commander Guy, says, "Oh, this is interesting. I heard you're brave souls, strong souls, powerful beings, and yet you lack the ability to take a seat. Oh, how positively delightful. Seems as if the heroes of the Oracle are not quite what they are made out to be."
Red Maw at this point cannot help himself and sets forth and says in the most charming voice, "Commander Gaius, what a treasure to see you again. I thought you'd be busy flying over and ordering your troops to murder more children before running away."
Murder children? Why do you think I would murder children?
"Oh, it just seems something you'd like to do in your off hours."
Well, when I'm off hours, I definitely like recruiting children. Give them a life of service at the Temple of Lutheria in Metros. I mean, they're fed well, they're clothed well, and they're taught the way of Mistress Lutheria. Surely you couldn't possibly object to a child getting an education, fed and clothed.
"Oh, shame that the children you've sicked those centaurs on didn't get a chance."
I have no idea what you're talking about.
"Oh, I'm sure, after all, you're not brave enough to own up to what you do." I will say in like a very, very low menacing voice.
Well, I am more than brave, but it seems as if Versi has chosen someone who are cowards, and lets out a voice as if he's addressing a large audience. "Let it be here known that the prophecies that oracles chosen are so dim-witted that they can't even take a simple chair. They lack a strength, they lack the conviction. The world will fall to Lord Sidon in due time if these idiots are any indication of what Versi has chosen."
Red Maw will look to Leolon and say what you need to say to this viper." He looks back at him. "Oh, I'm looking forward to the day where single word you spout doesn't save you from what I'll do to you." And he will walk out of the room and let Leolon do what he needs to do.
Oh,
Okay.
as I said, cowardly. The little battle of wits was too great for the mighty Redmore, and he runs away with its tail between his legs. This will be a simple victory for Lord Sidon once this blasted Oath of Peace is ended. Anyway, Say your piece. Stand there like a bunch of tottering buffoons.
I just need some more background information because Lord Sidon has showed up here with an army of centaurs, and they
No.
want to invade the city, or
No, Lord Sidon hasn't yet made an appearance in all of this campaign, even sessions that you missed. Commander Gaius has said Honora needs to be sacrificed on the road of Astoria. This is Honora here. She's the daughter of Pythor. And if she's sacrificed, great! If she's not sacrificed, then a whole swarm of centaurs will come in and effectively destroy the city. And you did learn from Pythor that Honora is perfectly happy to do this. She's more than happy to be sacrificed. She talks about things like the needs of the many outweighs the needs of the few. In her life, if it saves the city, she's more than happy to do it.
Okay, but what is their justification? Where does this come from? This desire to sacrifice this woman? Where does that come from? Is it religious, or
sacrifices are a common thing here. Goats and oxen and chickens are sacrificed to the gods, and people curry favor that way. Sacrificing a human is a lot less common, but this is what the Order of Sidon is demanding, that she be sacrificed.
Who in the order has made this demand? Is it one of the priests? Is it this Gaius? Or
Commander Gaius says Lord Sidon demands the sacrifice of Honora, or else the centaurs will come. So he says he's speaking on behalf of Lord Sidon. So technically not him making the demand, technically Lord Sidon. And if you remember, there's this Oath of Peace, and the Oath of Peace prevents gods taking on titans and titans taking on gods. Honora is not covered by the Oath of Peace.
Okay.
But Lord Sidon is being a dick, no doubt about it.
Oh, so we're quite sure that this does come from Lord Sidon.
That's what Commander Gaius says, and yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that does make with the wiggle room a lot less than I thought. We might have. Well, I said, well, Lord Gaius, I'm quite interested in what your opinion is of why Sidon chose this person to be the sacrifice for your order.
Sidon I'm not going to mix word. Sidon wants to piss off Pythor before the Oath of Peace is ended. And Pythor, as everybody knows, has bastards as far as the eye can see. He has 500 years at least of womanizing. His many are bastard around the place, but he's especially close to Honora, one of his probably hundreds of children. So, Lord Sidon, knowing this, wants to get under Pythor's skin a little bit before the Oath of Peace is ended.
Okay. Well, that clears that up. I just have another side thing. That we wanted to challenge the head of the Mentor. The Mentor. What am I talking about? The Centaur.
Half.
Minotaur.
Minotaur half side.
Centaur.
Yep.
The head of the Centaur. Why did we want to challenge the head of the Centaurs and not this Gaius?
Okay, so if Honora wasn't sacrificed, in other words, you kept her safe, then the centaurs would come and the centaurs would destroy the city. So that would be one way to save Honora. Just don't let her be sacrificed.
Okay.
But then if the centaurs come, literally hundreds of them, they would destroy Astoria. So as a way to prevent that, you could also challenge the head of the centaurs, and if you defeated them in one-on-one combat, then they would be honor bound to not attack the city. So in other words, Honora wouldn't be sacrificed. There'd be no consequences for not sacrificing Honora.
And what is the connection between this Gaius and these centaurs? How does he just automatically command them? What power does he have over them?
Well, during the First War, the Great War, it was very much the gods on the side of the humans and it was very much the Titans on the side of the native races. The native races being centaurs included. So the centaurs are very, very loyal to Lord Sidon because he sided with them in the Great War. So if Sidon says attack, they're going to attack.
Okay. And there are no centaurs present?
Nope, not in the
There's
city.
no-
Oh, there may be one or two, but they're not loyal to Lord Sidon.
Oh, just a free centaur. Okay. Yeah.
Well, you've made a grand entrance. You're standing there like buffoons. And one of the other members of the Order of Sidon stands up, leaves his chair, and his buddy drags the chair towards him with his feet and puts his feet up on the chair. So you're standing here like a bunch of buffoons with your mouth agape. Is there something I can help you with?
There's that. Leolon leans over to Odenos. He says, Odenos, I believe that chair has our name on it. Do you mind retrieving it?
Chair has Odenos' name. I don't see it. Do I see it?
You do. There's a spare chair there. Well, sorry, a guy's got his legs on it, and it's quite close to him. Do you try and take the chair?
Yeah, I'll go to the chair if it has my name on it.
Okay, metaphorically, of course, but I think you know that. Make me an athletics check, and you're looking for a 15 or higher. The guy is not going to give you the chair.
I'm going to roll.
So
I got +6.
+6, okay.
Whatever you roll.
You did 9 or better then on a D20.
Can I use my inspiration?
You're breaking up a little bit. You're a little bit robotic there. The way I rolled inspiration is if you roll it and you don't like it, you can re-roll it. So if you want to, roll anyway. You got nothing to lose, and if you want to use your inspiration, then just re-roll.
So I'm assuming, did I make my chickens?
Sorry, you're very robotic-y. I can't quite understand you.
Sorry. So did I roll well enough to?
I don't see your roll.
To get him out my chair.
What did you roll? I don't see your roll. Check.
If I didn't get it, I want to roll again.
Well, what did you roll? I don't know what you roll. Yeah, I can. That's better. What did you roll? I don't see your roll.
I got half on the roll for me.
Oh, it's someone to roll for you. Oh, sorry.
Can someone roll for me?
And add 6 to it. Okay, I'll roll for you, and you roll a 6, so that's 12. So you struggle to get the chair off, and it doesn't work. Do you want to use your inspiration?
Yes.
Okay, let's roll again. And it's a 9. So 9 plus 6, 15? No. The guy is not letting go of the chair. And Commander Guy says, oh, how delightful. The people tasked with saving the world can't even take a simple chair. How positively delightful.
Oh, no, so absolutely gets angry and starts roaring. Dare you insult my strength? This is trickery. That's all it is.
You're just not strong enough. Oh, Lord Sidon will find this most amusing.
Leolon also
Joke.
Leolon turns and goes to Odenos. I guess you're just not strong enough. I guess he's right, Odenos. I guess you aren't strong enough. I thought you were a mighty warrior.
kind of losing Odinaz.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
losing
man.
him. Odinaz, you're breaking up.
Tell you what we'll do. Since we're about out of time anyway, let's pause it here. I'll let you guys contemplate what you want to do with the guys in the coming weeks, and we'll pick this up at this point next week as we're Odinaz is just too hard to listen to. How does that sound, guys?
Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
good.
Yep.
Okay, so hopefully your mic works a bit better next week, Joshua.